Hi, my name is Terry from Sweet Pea Papers, and this is the fourth video in our series Vintage Christmas Day in July 2021. It's a collaboration between Kyung Shotwell, who designed all these beautiful papers, and Lisa Fisher, who's given me a bunch of paper lace and bling to use. Their Etsy stores, YouTube channels, Facebook groups, all those links are directly below the video, so you should go there and check them out. Also, all the other collaborators or the participants in the collaboration, all of their YouTube links are below. And then if you go to the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, then you will be able to see all of the pictures that people post of all of their cards and books and things like that that are not videos. Okay, so in video 1 we did page 1, and you also learned how to make a page. And then in video 2 we did page 2, and I went back and did the glossy accents on all the cherries. And then on 3, which is the one we just finished, on page 3 we did the writing card with the flap, with the Velcro, and then I put glossy accents on all the little red ornaments. Now we're going to do the next day, which is day 4, and it's going to go on this side. Now, what we're going to do is going to be fun. We got our ink, we have magnets, yay, and a little bitty gold bow. So let's put the magnets and the little bitty gold bow to the side for right now. What we're going to do is we're going to make a writing page, but then we're also going to make a flap over. And so there's going to be a writing page here. When you open it, it'll writing here and writing here. All right. And it's going to be held shut with a magnet. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So what we're going to do first is we're going to, did I decide this was going to be the bottom? I think so. Yeah, we need to measure over our 3/4 inches so we know where to put the edge of the page. You know what? Let's do this first. I forgot to punch the holes in the other video. So an easy way to do that is to take one of the other pages, go like this, lay it down, make a dot in the center of each of the circles. Okay, then you take your crocodile, which we've preset to the depth, how far we want to go in. Plus it's already going to be there because of the dot. So you just put the dot under the punch. Oops, put the dot under the punch and punch the hole. So now we've got the 3 holes. Let's double check. And they're lined right up with that one. Okay. Easy peasy. Put our crocodile to the side. I think it's kind of heavy. Okay, so so we've got that. So when we turn the page over, then this is going to be our top. This is going to be the side where the paper goes to the 3/4. Wrong. Yeah, it's going to go right up to the edge here, and it's going to go 3/4 of an inch in from the edge. See, I had to think about this for a minute because it can be confusing. So we want to go well, see, that's not going to be right. Oh, yes, it is, because we want the paper to cover the overlap. So I could use a pencil. Where's my pencil? This is interesting. Oh, I can see my pencil. Let's see if I can reach my pencil. No, I can't. So let me put you on hold for just a second, and I'll go get my pencil, which is crazy. Okay, so now I have my pencil. It was over on my computer, or next to my computer. All right, so we want to go 3/4 of an inch in, make a mark, and 3/4 of an inch in, and make a mark. Then let's make a light line. Then we know where our page is going to go. That way it'll cover this seam right here. Okay. So now I want this paper to be on the bottom. So this looks wide to me. I am going to measure it. Let's see if I can do it against this one because it's got that. Well, actually that looked like the right spot. Okay. Oh, I know why it looked wide. No, it still looks wide. Okay, well, I know it's the same size as the other one, so we're going to go for it. You are going to have to see me ink because I had to cut this. Oh, I think I was measuring from that side over to here when I was trying to decide if it looked wide or not. My dog has lost his mind. He thinks someone's at the door. Get these little holes out of the way. Okay. Now we're not going to glue the paper down, but we do want to make sure that it's the right size. And it is wide. By just a smidge, and it might be because that button was there. Let's cut it off just that much. About a 1/16. Yep. Perfect. Okay. So this is a writing page. It says Merry Christmas on the top. And so we're going to use that as the base here. So this is what we're going to work on. Okay. Now we're going to need a piece of cardstock and another piece of writing paper. And I selected this one because I want this to be on the top. And that way it'll be very, very pretty. So I'm going to set that aside for right now. And you know I do have all the steps written down. Maybe I should look at them just in case. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to cut this the same size as this. So we're going to have to cut it down just a little bit because we don't want it the size of this. We want it the size of this, which is a little bit smaller. So let's cut it down to, let's make it a little bit shorter. Let's cut it down to there. And then we're going to figure out how wide we need to make it for it to fold over because we want it to go underneath here and then fold. How far? So let's measure this. I think it would be easier just to say 5 inches. No, that's too far. 4.5. So we want 4.5. We want 5 inches off the end of this, because it's a 1/2 inch to fold under. So I'm going to cut this off at 5. Another big scrap. We're going to score it at a 1/2. I'm going to score it on the long side. Remember, we got the crafty side and the nice side. So, oh, it doesn't matter because it's going to flip. But let's do it this way. So you want it to be scored on this side. And do it at half an inch. Yes, I had my pencil in my mouth. Yes, it went flying. I admit it. I freely admit to be a pencil chewer. It's better than smoking. Or it's a better habit than smoking. That was a bad thing to say. Cover your children's ears. We're going to fold it just a little bit. Okay. And we're going to go all the way. I'm going to use our bone folder. Well, that does not look straight to me. I think, oh, that's straight across. I do think it's just not quite enough to make it even at the top and the bottom very well. No, that'll work right there. Okay, I'm going to paper clip it. Okay, so now we want to glue this not on our scoreboard, and we can move the pencil since we're going to keep it out of our mouth, right? We're not 2 years old. Okay, we're 2 years old. Just don't tell anyone. It'll be our secret. See, and that wasn't even a joke, so it doesn't even qualify as a bad joke. You want to fold this over. Let's use our bone folder on it to make sure it's down good. It still feels cold. Now, we want to mark this top. We want to mark this top. So you see what's going to happen is it's going to open this way. There's a little bit of glue. Get that off. If we can't get it off with our dry baby wipe, then we will try our glue eraser, but I think that's going to be fine. Okay, so now we have to put on our magnets because we're going to use a magnet to hold this closed. Okay, so what we need is a magnet under here and a magnet under here. All right, so we're going to open this back up and we're going to decide where on here we want the magnet. Now I'm going to say halfway down and 3/4 of an inch in. Okay, I mean halfway down. Did I say half an inch down? I meant halfway. Okay, lots of paper clips everywhere all of a sudden. So half it this is about here. And 3/4 of an inch in is about here. The reason I want it in 3/4 of an inch is because of putting the paper over. The magnet's definitely going to be strong enough, so let's not worry about that. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take one of our magnets. If you slide them, then they come apart. Trying to pull them apart is pretty much pointless. You put our magnet down where we want it, and we take some good old Scotch tape. Try not to move it. Okay, then we take our other one. All right, so we know that that wants to go there. So we flip it over this way. So now we're going to close this. Okay. So that's where we want to attach our magnet, right there. And we'll just take another piece of tape. Another piece of tape, and that will hold that down. And then when we glue it to the paper, then you won't notice it. We glue it to the card page, I mean. Okay, so now all that's left is to cover these two pages. We're going to do it with this. And I'm thinking this side will fit over here. Wrong pencil. Thinking this side will fit over here. I think when I cut it, let's see there. I gotta get the width though, so I'm gonna have to bring it down. I'm thinking when I cut it off, I might flip it over so that this flower is down over here. Now remember, all these berries are going to get the glossy accents. So I'm going to flip it around so this one's down here. Oh, very nice. Okay. Now we need to make this a little bit shorter. Because it's on the flap, which is a little bit shorter than the page. Okay. So this should work. For here. All right, so we'll glue that down. Whoops. And guess what we did here? We can still ink it, but we're not going to be able to ink this side really. I almost did it. You guys almost let me do it. This page is going to be easy though. It's just going to be a straightforward writing page. If I had a Christmas stencil, I might stencil a little bit on here, but I don't. Okay. All right, she says confidently. Okay, we'll just put this on here. And I just put it on the wrong side. It goes on the inside. So we're going to have to wait for this glue to dry. And wait for that glue to dry. So I'm going to put you on pause while that glue dries. Okay, now that our glue has dried enough to work with it, let's re-glue it. It's kind of embarrassing. And you guys watched me do it too. Were any of you yelling no? Because you should have yelled louder, because I didn't hear you. I did not hear you at all. I almost made a boo-boo. Well, actually, I did make a boo-boo, but I caught it in time. That's what counts. Okay, so we put this down here. Oh, that worked out pretty good for just dropping it. So you got writing here, and then more like a little to-do list size over here. That covers the magnet. Like that. Let's do this again since I folded it backwards to try to ink that paper. I'm going to cut this one, and then we're going to ink it. All right, we want this one. It's still kind of sticky. We want this one to go from here. And I'm going to cut it off here. So let's do that. And I have lots of leftovers for a collage, huh? Mostly big pieces though, so I guess that's not going to work. Okay, now we've got the height. Let's make sure we've got the height. Yep. Okay, now we need the width. It keeps sticking to that glue. Right, so the width is going to be right here. I have to move it back and forth in the light to see the shininess where the pencil mark is. Okay. Well, that's going to be pretty. Wow. That would be awesome if the lines lined up, wouldn't it? Almost. They're different sizes. But we can do that, and that will give the optical illusion of... Okay, let's ink it. See, that's why I put this here. We just want to get that white edge off. So this is day 4 of Christmas in July. I still can't get over that. Merry Christmas. It is kind of fun though. Except, now, I just want you to know that junk journalers and journal makers and folio makers all start on their Christmas stuff in August. I'm just saying. Maybe September. I know some that have started already. I think there are some that make Christmas all year round, make Christmas stuff for Christmas time. Because they like to give, you know, a lot of things, or they sell items and they want to have a lot to sell for people to buy at Christmas time to give as gifts. So that's what I would do too. Okay, let's put this down. I have to bring it up just a little bit. Let's give it that optical illusion of being lined up. Okay, so we've got that glued down on there. That's kind of pretty for a writing page. Doesn't have to be anything special on every single page. Could be be just a writing page. And I was thinking of putting this little gold bow right where the magnet is. What about putting it this way? Oh, there was a little piece of... I stole it out of my Christmas ornaments. So, like, what about right there? I don't know. I think it should go the way it's supposed to go. Okay. So, I think right there. Okay, we're going to use our Fabri-Tac, Fabrifix, Fabric something. And we're going to glue this on, and we're going to make sure we don't glue everything shut. So we're going to glue it on. Hold it for a second. And then this is going to be just our simple page. We're going to glue this paper onto the cardstock. And then we will be done. You know, I did that backwards. I'm just saying, you want the notepad to open away from the rings. So, note to yourself, do it the other way that what I did it. And wait until your bow is dry before you move it. Okay. So this is our nice simple little writing page. Magnet holds it, pulls it open, and then you have all that writing space on the inside. Now, like I said, if I had a stencil, like of some Christmas bells or something, you know, I would put it up there. But I don't. I don't even have a stamp of Christmas. So this is all I can do for right now is this. So that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. So I hope you enjoyed page 4. Okay, bye-bye.